have been starting a New Year's resolution. We have a lot of things that we're going to be talking about here with Blount Memorial. We have Angie. Good morning, Angie. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
So what is going on? What exactly are we talking about?
So today we're talking a little bit about intermittent fasting.
Okay.
Have you heard that?
Totally have.
Okay, so fasting's a long-held tradition that many religions and cultures have used throughout the world, and it's really not been, widely talked about in the last century or so.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting is we're seeing a new push in medicine, that there are some doctors that are using fasting to help their patients with certain conditions like weight loss and obesity, like diabetes. And it's a very interesting concept. So I've had a fun time sort of learning about it and looking at ways that it could maybe help people.
So is it a bad way to diet?
So I look at it more as an eating pattern, not really a diet. And it really works for individuals. It's about looking at the individual. So it may not be the right thing for everyone. I want to talk about some pros and cons. But for some people, it may be very helpful. And the idea is that you just simply voluntarily don't eat for a period of time. And some people naturally do that anyway. A lot of people naturally skip breakfast, and we've sort of been taught how important breakfast is. Well, there's some new research that shows certain individuals may benefit from extending that period of time they go without eating to help reset some hormones, to help lower insulin levels. And we know that in type 2 diabetes in particular, one of the problems is it's increased blood sugar, but it's also increased insulin. So fasting or not eating for a period of time seems to lower that insulin. Insulin tells our body to store fat, so high insulin does make weight gain a lot easier. So that's sort of the goal, is switching those hormones around, not really restricting calories, but giving your body time to really change its fuel source to burn fat.
So that's the pro.
That's the goal. Yeah, so the pros are it may help with weight loss, may help control blood sugar. Some people feel a little bit better, like a little bit just cognitive abilities. So when you look at the old, some of the historic thinkers like Plato and Socrates, they talked about fasting. And some of the other pros is that there's no cost at all. It's not expensive. It's just not eating for a period of the day. It's not complicated, and it can be really flexible, so you can change your fasting hours. So for someone who is really been dealing with being very overweight for a while, or dealing with type 2 diabetes, using more and more medications and not getting a benefit, it's something to at least consider.
So quick question, for a typical fasting hour, let's say if someone doesn't do breakfast and they go to bed at maybe 10 o'clock at night, when would be the next time that they probably eat a meal?
Okay, so what you would do is you could do it different ways. One way is called time-restricted feeding, which is where you look at your hours of the day and you say, okay, maybe instead of eating 16 hours a day, which many people do from the time they get up in the morning to the time they go to bed, you shorten that window and you look at maybe I'm going to try to shorten my window to an 8-hour eating window.
Okay.
So maybe I start eating at 11 or 12, and then I stop eating at 7 or 8 p.m. So I'm not nibbling all up until bedtime. So it's shortening that window. You can do longer fasts, but I think for most people, the more practical way to start is that time-restricted feeding of saying, maybe I'm going to look at 8-hour eating window and play with it, see what works for you. Definitely there's a few cons.
Yeah, we gotta do these quickly. We like all the pros, but there are some cons.
So the cons are, it's not for everyone. Not recommended for pregnant, breastfeeding women, not recommended for children, not recommended for anyone with an eating disorder or anyone who's underweight. If you have diabetes, especially if you're taking medication, you want to talk to your doctor, because it will change those medication needs pretty quickly. So just one more tool in the toolbox that might be helpful.
And I've heard a lot of people say great things about it, and I've also heard some people, especially when you work these hours, it's not quite the easiest thing to do.
That's exactly right. So it's finding if it's the right thing for each individual.
Angie, thank you so much.
You're
Always
welcome.
Great information. You can find her you can find more information about Angie and your whole group over at Blount Memorial. All right, well, you are watching Fox 43 News this morning. When we come back, the cooler temperatures mean flu season is sticking around. How your phone can be a good resource to keep yourself healthy.